Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Essence. And in today's video I'd like to talk about the purpose of life. Now, how many times has the purpose of life been asked? Probably since the dawn of man. And I'm pretty sure it's not just people on this planet asking that question. It's probably every planet with intelligent life. Anyone with even a small sense of self-awareness has asked this question. At different times, of course. I started asking this question when I started my spiritual journey, my junior year of high school, towards the end of my junior year. And I've been wanting to make this video for a time, but I was trying to find what I was going to talk about. I had to look within and really try to find, like, what my purpose was, for example. And I really do believe that I may have the answer. And the truth is, the purpose of life is different for everyone, depending on what part of your spiritual journey you're on, what stage you're at. As I said in my last video when I talked about life as a simulation, I was saying how the purpose of reincarnation is that we work on ourselves, we work on our flaws, we work to strengthen our spirits. So I wanted to kind of expand on that. Everyone on this world has their own purpose, but the end goal is to become the best version of ourselves, and this could take centuries of reincarnation to do because we are very complex beings. I believe the purpose is balance, a balance of both light and dark, masculine, feminine, chaos and order within ourselves. But some people have more than one purpose, and it doesn't just have to do with themselves. Some people are placed here on this earth to help other people with lessons. So if you've ever been in a relationship and it didn't work out for whatever reason, maybe you were the problem, or maybe they were the problem. And the truth is, it could be very well both, but there's some situations where it's either one or the other. And the reason is to help, teach you that, hey, sometimes people are not compatible. Or to see red flags before they become a real problem. My last relationship, I was so love drunk that I failed to see any of the red flags until later on when they caused us to break up. And of course, it hurt. A lot of heartbreak, but my heart is mended, and I have learned my lesson now. And you know what? I have new goals because of it. So he was put in my path to learn a lesson, and perhaps I was put in his path for him to learn a lesson. So sometimes, so we have to help us get rid of strengths, to get rid of our weaknesses and to find our flaws and to make us better people, as well as trying to make other people better people by helping them learn lessons too. What other reasons could there be? What other purposes could there be? Well, speaking from experience, like what I believe my purpose is, other than the fact of trying to better myself, I also believe that I was here to help people see the truth, help people learn about the spiritual so that they can properly ascend, properly deal with spiritual situations, and also do the work and try to become knowledgeable themselves. And I do also believe here that I was put on this earth to help make it better in whatever way I can possible. And I'm working on myself right now to try and do that one day. Because if you're broken and basically a mess, you can't help anyone or anything else. So you have to become a better person in order to help others and help make situations better. As for my flaws, like for example, I procrastinate. I procrastinate so much. There's so many projects that I've started and haven't finished, books that I started writing that I haven't finished, drawings that I've started that I haven't finished. I've been trying for months to try and learn animation, and I'm making small progress, but I'm not as far into it as I would like to, and that's because, before I even start, I'm just like, screw this, and I quit. So I think that is another one of my big problems. I procrastinate. I can be forgetful. Um, I don't always practice what I preach, and I'm not proud of that. A lot of the things that I know are good for you, both physically, mentally, and spiritually, I know they're good for you, but oftentimes I do not practice that. And I'm not the only one. I know so many people who they're like, you should do this. It'd be good for you. And I'm like, oh, do you do that? Well, not really. So those are just a few of the flaws that I know that I have, and I'm in the process of still trying to work on them. But I'm young. I still got plenty of time, and I'll do whatever I can to work on them until my last day on this planet. Hopefully it's my last day, because I'm getting sick and tired of this. But yeah, everyone has different purposes. Some people just have one at a time, either to work on themselves, help someone else work on theirs, or, try to make the next step on their spiritual path. And some have multiple. Like, I do believe I have multiple, and I've stated those. But the end goal for all is to become a better version of ourselves, to become the best version of ourselves, so that we can ascend so high that we join the ranks of the One and all of the guardian angels that help him. Because that's apparently something I've read in my books. Someone learned in the astral that, if people finish their spiritual journey and they work on their issues, they become better, balanced people, then they become guardian angels to help others with their goals. I think it's okay. I do think that some people have destinies beyond that, though. There's some people, like, when they die, they actually help the living in any way. For example, the Gray Man of Pawleys Island. Supposedly, the story is that he was a young man. He was riding to his love's plantation to go see her, but unfortunately, he fell off his horse and died before he could get there. And she supposedly saw him on the beach when she was mourning, and then he just disappeared. Later that night, she had a dream where he was telling her that a hurricane was coming and to get off the island, and her family did. And not only were they saved, but their property was saved as well. And supposedly anyone who sees the gray ghosts of Pawleys Island, or the Gray Man, is spared from destruction. Not only them, but their property as well. So I honestly do think that, like, if we should die before our time, sometimes it may be part of our destiny to help those in need. Apparently, whoever the Gray Man was in life, they don't really know his name, but apparently he had a destiny unrealized, and from apparently to this day, people see him, and whenever they see him, their property and they are also spared from the hurricane's wrath. There was one one YouTuber, he went to Peru in this graveyard, and there was a grave of a young child. He died by drowning, unfortunately, in one of the lakes. And apparently anyone who makes wishes upon his grave, they're granted. And there are so many notes, like thank you notes on there from people who thanked him for granting their wishes. So maybe that has become a destiny of his unrealized. So it's not necessarily to ascend, because apparently there's people who have destinies that are needed down here on Earth. It must just depend on who you are and the situation that you come upon. And the end goal might be in time. Like, if the world should end and all these spirits on Earth are, who help people, they have no more people to help, then perhaps they ascend. That, unfortunately, I do not know. And I really don't know what the end has for me, what the future has for me. I haven't tried Future Sight in a while. And even then, I never really went that far. But to sum up this video, everyone has different goals, everyone has different destinies, everyone has different stages of their spiritual path, and everyone has different meanings of life. And really, truly, a destiny and a goal is one thing, but if you want to find meaning in life, then do something meaningful with your life. Help with a cause that you're passionate about. Work on yourself. Try to make your life more balanced. Try to make, help your friends make their lives better. Do something meaningful, and then maybe you'll truly see a good meaning of life. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And I hope all of you end up reaching your goals and finding a wonderful meaning of life.